Sawadee Hello. Today I'm going to update you on my second bout of treatment at the dentist, which was a significant move up from the amount of treatment that I've had previously, and was a more fearsome visit for me because of what was projected to be happening, and that was the removal of the lower four teeth in the front of my mouth here, and various other little bits and pieces going with it. As I'd done in my previous visit the night before, I actually tried to take 2 of these Xanax tablets for easing my concerns and anxiety. As I've said previously, I don't know if it works at home or not, but I think so, because I certainly slept very well. The problem with Xanax is I've read it is slightly stronger than the Valium, but it can be addictive if you use it over longer periods. But I've certainly no intention of using it any longer than I absolutely have to do. And this visit, I think, is the second last big episode of the treatment that I require. So, having taken them tablets and having a good night's sleep, I duly turned up at at 10 o'clock the next day. My appointment was at 11:30. I took 2 Valium tablets, and I duly turned up at the surgery at 11:30. Very fast check-in, very little waiting round, and I was after a blood pressure check, etc., which was a bit higher than it had been previously. The previous week it was 158/80 or whatever it was, and that was actually slightly down on the one I'd done myself at home before I left here. But they didn't seem to be particularly worried about that. They said it was fairly normal, for people going in for major dental work. And I then went into the dentist. I was more I felt fairly relaxed going to the chair. And I was trying to pay more attention to actually what he was doing. And very quickly after I settled down, they put this black mask over my face, like a big towel with a hole in the area of the mouth, and it reminded me very much of the sort of thing they used to do to people they were about to execute, by putting something over their face so they couldn't see what was happening. But after that, I noted that he got these swabs out, and he swabbed the various areas of my gum, top and bottom, that he was going to inject with the anesthetic, the local anesthetic. And consequently, when he actually then got the local anesthetic out, and he gave me quite a few injections of local anesthetic, I didn't actually feel anything of it. It just, I knew he was working on my gums, and there was no real feeling there at all. So whatever he swabbed it with, it had actually been some sort of local anesthetic for the gums also, before the bigger anesthetic. So that all went well. And then very quickly after that, he took a casting of my lower mouth, since the tooth that had went the previous visit, and that was to prepare for the lower plate for my mouth. And then had a quick check of everything round. He said he was happy with the way the healing had gone from the last one, and then he got to work. And I've got to say that he got his drill out and his grinders and whatever else he was using, and working away, and round the bases of the teeth here, and I was feeling no pain at all. I think I was very slightly anxious, I suppose, but I knew I wasn't having any pain, so it wasn't too bad, and I just tried to relax. Sometimes I'd feel my hands tensing up, and I'd say, no, I was thinking to myself, no, just calm down, you're okay. And he carried on working away, and I felt no pain, and he worked about 10-15 minutes, I guess, working all around the teeth, etc. And I couldn't work out exactly what was happening inside. At one interval where he stopped to get something else and do something else, I could feel the teeth with my tongue, so I knew they were still there. And I was thinking, oh well, we're going to go through that very, very shortly, the push, pull and all the rest of it to get them out. Anyway, he resumed what he was doing, and he worked away, and I couldn't really establish what he was doing, because I was very well anaesthetized in my mouth, and eventually I felt like thread on my face, and I thought, oh, what's he doing now? That feels like he's doing some sort of stitching work, and which is exactly what he was doing. He was putting in stitches, and then spent 5 minutes stitching it up and talking away to his two assistants in Thai. I understood a lot of it, but it was very little to do with the treatment. It was more to do with the weather and the floods and things that were happening round about. And then he said, there you are, Mr. Mackay. He said, all out, that's you finished for today. And I thought, my God, I didn't even feel one tooth coming out, never mind 4. And he showed me them on a plate. He said, yeah, there's your teeth there. He said, okay. And then a little bit of confusion came in. He said, right, he said, so next week we'll have the dentures ready, and we'll get the top teeth out, and that'll be next week's job. And I thought, oh, last time he talked about this, he said there might be a fortnight's discrepancy. But he said next week. So anyway, I went back out into the waiting room and sat down for a few minutes, and then one of the ladies out there came up to speak to me, and she said, okay, your treatment, she said, we're going to book you in for 2 weeks today. I said, oh, he told me next week. She said, well, it can be, she said, but better to let your bottom part repair more, and then when you come back, we can take the stitches out of there and carry on with the top. We'll give it more time to get repaired, and we'll definitely have everything ready for you. Now, I was a little bit disappointed actually, because I had a feeling that they were going to put a plate in the lower part where they removed the teeth, but they didn't do that. They just put the stitches in and left it, and you may have detected it. It has had a slight impression on my speech. S's and things like that aren't as easily pronounced with the teeth that are missing, and I'm very conscious of the fact that I have got missing teeth, and if I grin, then it looks a bit like something out of the werewolf or vampires or something like that. So I think I tend to try not to display it too much to people. Also, it's a very good time to do that, because we wear masks wherever we go here in Thailand, and it's easy to hide behind the mask. But the session overall went very, very well, and I hope next time I speak to you, which will be after my next visit, then I'm not looking forward to it. There's 7 teeth to come out from the upper section, and that'll be the top half of my mouth cleared, including this particularly awkward ones that's out at a funny angle that just said to come out just a few years ago. They've all got to come out, and hopefully next time I'll have a set of dentures in that I can actually show you, and that will be of interest. He did show me the plastic and the colour that they were choosing, that he was going to use, which is a lot better colour than the teeth I've got, but it's not the bright sparkling white that you've got to wear sunglasses on like you see in some of these American TV programs, etc. I wished it was, but anyway, I'm happy the way it's going, and I'm happy the way the sedatives are working out. So I'm not far away from the close of this episode. Now the plan is that they do these dentures, etc. next week, and then they put in soft, I'm told, soft padding, whatever he means by that, and for the dentures to sit on, and then that padding will remain in place for about 2 months till everything is healed and firmed up, and then you can come back and you'll take that soft padding away and you'll put a hard padding in. He said at that time you can also consider, if you want, having implants put in, but as I think I've said before, at 71 years of age, and these things costing about £1,000 each, needing nearly all, I don't think I'll be going down that road, and I'll make sure I get along as best I can with the dentures. So that's that for now. Thank you for watching. I would appreciate it if you liked it and subscribed, etc., but that's up to you. The most important thing, as always, is now things are getting worse in Europe, in my home country, UK, Scotland, all very bad. People are locked down, so I beg everybody, please try and be as careful as you can and stay safe away from this horrible, horrible virus that is going around the world. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.